Nobody sat you down and taught you patience. The road did. Nobody gave you a lecture about humility. Your first drop did. Nobody explained how to trust yourself under pressure. The first time you leaned into a corner at speed and came out the other side in one piece, that explained it. Your motorcycle has taught you more about life than most people and most experiences ever will. And the strangest part is you never signed up for the lesson. You bought a motorcycle. You thought you were buying a machine. Turns out you were signing up for the most honest education you have ever received, because a motorcycle does not care about your excuses. It does not care about your ego. It does not adjust itself to make you feel better. It responds to exactly what you give it, nothing more, nothing less, and that kind of honesty is rare in life. Most things lie to you a little. The motorcycle never does. Here's what it taught you. Lesson 1. Patience. You were not a patient person before you started riding. Maybe you thought you were. But the motorcycle showed you the truth, because the road does not care that you're in a hurry. The corner does not open up faster because you want it to. The bike does not lean harder because you're frustrated. If anything, rushing makes everything worse. You push too hard into a corner and the bike pushes back. You try to force a pass and the gap closes. You twist the throttle out of impatience and the rear tire reminds you who is actually in charge. The motorcycle taught you to wait to read the moment, to let the corner come to you instead of chasing it, to let the gap open before you take it, to trust the timing instead of forcing it. And somewhere along the way, that patience bled into the rest of your life. You stopped rushing conversations. You stopped forcing decisions. You started letting things come to you the way you let a corner come to you. Smooth, calm, at the right moment. Not because someone told you to be patient, because the road punished you every time you were not. Lesson 2. Humility. Your motorcycle humbled you, not once, repeatedly. The first time you stalled it at a traffic light with cars behind you. The first time you dropped it in a parking lot in front of people, the first time you took a corner too fast, and scared yourself so badly that your hands were shaking when you pulled over. The first time someone on a smaller, older, cheaper motorcycle rode circles around you because they were simply better. The motorcycle does not care how tough you think you are. It does not care what you ride. It does not care how expensive your gear is. Skill is skill, experience is experience. And the road reveals the difference between confidence and competence in about 3 seconds. Every rider has been humbled, every single one. And the ones who learned from it became better riders and better people. Because humility is not weakness. Humility is the thing that keeps you alive when your ego is trying to kill you. And the motorcycle taught you that faster than any book or boss or breakup ever could. Lesson 3. Trust in yourself. Nobody else holds the handlebars. Nobody else chooses the line. Nobody else decides when to brake, when to lean, when to accelerate. Every decision on a motorcycle is yours. There is no passenger seat. There is no autopilot. There is no one to blame when something goes wrong, and no one to credit when something goes right. That is terrifying at first. And then it becomes the most freeing thing you have ever experienced, because you learn that you can trust yourself. Not because someone told you that you could. Because you proved it. Every ride you came home safe was proof. Every corner you took clean was proof. Every emergency you handled without crashing was proof. And that trust does not stay on the motorcycle. It follows you into job interviews, into hard conversations, into moments where everyone else is panicking and you are calm. Not because you're fearless, because you have practiced making decisions under pressure 1,000 times on 2 wheels. The motorcycle taught you that you're more capable than you thought. And once you know that, nobody can take it away. Lesson 4. Reading situations before they happen. Before you rode a motorcycle, you reacted to things. Now you predict them. You see a car at an intersection and you already know whether they are going to pull out. Not because of logic, because of pattern recognition you did not even know you were learning. The way the front wheel is angled, the driver's head position, the speed they are approaching, you process all of this in less than a second. You learn to read body language at 60 miles per hour. You learn to predict behavior from 100 meters away. You learn that the most dangerous car is not the one doing something wrong, it is the one doing nothing. Because nothing means the driver has not seen you. And the motorcycle taught you that not being seen is the most dangerous thing on the road. This skill did not stay on the road either. You started reading rooms the way you read intersections. Noticing who is paying attention and who is not. Sensing when a situation is about to change before it does. Your motorcycle turned you into someone who sees things coming. And you did not realize it until someone pointed out that you seem to always know what is going to happen next. Lesson 5. Being alone is not the same as being lonely. Solo rides taught you this. The first time you went on a long ride by yourself, it felt strange. No one to talk to, no one to follow, no one to check in with, just you, the motorcycle, and the road. And after about 30 minutes, something shifted. The silence stopped being empty and started being full. Full of your own thoughts, full of the engine sound, full of the road unfolding in front of you. Full of you. Most people never experience that. They fill every moment with noise, music, podcasts, phone calls, texts, anything to avoid being alone with themselves. The motorcycle took that option away. You cannot text at 70 miles per hour. You cannot scroll through social media while leaning into a corner. The motorcycle forced you to be alone with yourself. And instead of being uncomfortable, you found out it was the most peaceful place you had ever been. You started to enjoy your own company. You stopped needing other people to fill the silence. You learned that solitude is not something to avoid. It is something to seek. And that lesson came from a machine that cannot even speak. Lesson 6, staying calm when everything goes wrong. Something went wrong on a ride and you did not panic. Maybe it was a car pulling out in front of you. Maybe it was gravel in a corner. Maybe it was a tire blowout or a sudden rainstorm that turned the road into a mirror. Whatever it was, your body wanted to freeze, your instinct wanted to grab the brakes and hold on. But you did not. You stayed loose. You looked where you wanted to go. You trusted the tires. And you came out the other side. That moment taught you more about pressure than any office deadline or exam or argument ever could. Because on a motorcycle, the consequence of panic is not embarrassment. It is injury. The stakes are real and you performed anyway. After that, normal life pressure stopped feeling heavy. A difficult meeting at work, a financial problem, a relationship argument, none of it compares to that half second when you were not sure if the front tire was going to hold in a wet corner at 50. You handled that, you can handle this. The motorcycle taught you what real pressure feels like, and everything else has been lighter ever since. Lesson 7, you cannot control everything. And that is okay. Before the motorcycle, you probably tried to control everything. Your schedule, your plans, your outcomes, and you were probably stressed most of the time because of it. Then you started riding, and the motorcycle taught you in the most direct way possible that control is an illusion. You cannot control the weather. You planned a perfect Saturday ride and it rained. You cannot control other drivers. You can be the best rider on the road, and someone can still turn left in front of you. You cannot control the road surface. A patch of oil, a strip of gravel, a painted line in the rain. None of it asks your permission. The motorcycle taught you to prepare for what you can control and accept what you cannot. To ride your ride and stop worrying about everything else. And that simple idea, control what you can, accept what you cannot, changed the way you handle everything off the motorcycle too. You stress less, you adapt faster. You stopped trying to plan every detail and started trusting yourself to handle whatever shows up. Because the road taught you that whatever shows up, you can deal with it. Lesson 8. Being completely in the moment, you know that feeling when your mind is racing thinking about yesterday. Worrying about tomorrow, replaying conversations, planning things, stressing about things that have not happened yet. Everyone lives like this. Most people live like this all the time. And then you get on the motorcycle, and all of it stops. Not because you decide to stop thinking, because the motorcycle demands your entire attention. There is no room for yesterday on a motorcycle. There is no room for tomorrow. There is only now. This corner, this car, this road surface, this second. People pay money for meditation classes to learn how to be present. They read books about mindfulness. They download apps that tell them to focus on their breathing. You just twist the throttle, and suddenly you're more present than any meditation could make you. Not thinking about life, living it, in real time with all your senses. And when you park and take off the helmet, the world is quieter, clearer, like someone turned down the volume on all the noise that was drowning you. The motorcycle did not teach you mindfulness, it forced it on you, and you're better for it. Lesson 9. Discomfort is temporary. You have ridden in rain that soaked you to the skin. You have ridden in cold that made your fingers stop working. You have ridden when your back hurt, your wrists ached, and every part of you wanted to stop. And you kept going. Not because you're a hero, because you learned something important. Discomfort ends. The rain stops. The road dries. Your hands warm up. The pain fades. And on the other side of every uncomfortable ride, there is a feeling that nothing else gives you. The feeling of having pushed through something that most people would have quit. not for glory. Not for anyone to see, just for yourself. And that lesson that discomfort is temporary and quitting is permanent changed the way you approach everything difficult in your life. The hard conversation you have been avoiding, the project you want to start but are afraid of, the change you know you need to make but keep putting off. The motorcycle taught you that the only way out is through, and through is never as bad as your mind tells you it will be. Lesson 10. What actually matters? This is the lesson that takes the longest to learn, and the motorcycle teaches it slowly, over years, without you noticing. You start out caring about horsepower and top speed, and how your motorcycle looks parked outside a coffee shop, and somewhere along the way, that fades. It does not disappear. It just stops being the point. The point becomes the Tuesday evening ride after work when the light is golden and the road is empty and you have nowhere to be. The point becomes the smell of morning air at 6 a.m. when you leave before anyone else is awake. The point becomes the nod from a stranger on a motorcycle who does not know your name but knows exactly who you are. The motorcycle strips away the noise and shows you what is underneath. And what is underneath is simple. Freedom, movement, presence, connection to the world in a way that nothing else provides. You did not need more stuff. You did not need more followers. You did not need a faster motorcycle. You needed a Tuesday evening with an empty road and a full tank. And the motorcycle taught you that, not with words, with experience. Ride after ride after ride. Lesson 11. Commitment. You committed to something dangerous. You knew the risks. Everyone around you made sure you knew the risks, and you did it anyway, not once. Every single day you throw a leg over that motorcycle. You're recommitting. You're saying, I know what could happen. I choose this anyway. That kind of commitment is rare. Most people avoid risk. Most people choose the safe option. Most people talk about things they want to do but never actually do them because the fear is too loud. You felt the fear and rode anyway. And you kept riding. Through the drops, the close calls, the bad days, the moments where you questioned everything. That commitment taught you something about yourself that nothing safe could have. It taught you that you are the kind of person who shows up even when it is hard, even when it is scary, even when nobody would blame you for quitting. You show up and you ride. Lesson 12. Respect. The motorcycle taught you respect, not the kind you say, the kind you feel, respect for the road, because it can take everything from you in a second if you stop paying attention. Respect for the machine, because it does exactly what you ask, even when what you ask is stupid. Respect for other riders because they chose the same risk you did. Respect for your own limits because the riders who ignore their limits are the ones who do not come home. This respect is quiet. You do not announce it. You do not lecture others about it. You just carry it with you. In the way you approach corners, in the way you check your tires, in the way you nod at a stranger on two wheels, in the way you never ever take a ride for granted. Because the motorcycle taught you that nothing is guaranteed. Every ride could be the last one. And that does not make you afraid. It makes you grateful, grateful for the corner. Grateful for the road, grateful for the fact that you get to do this at all. Your motorcycle did not just teach you how to ride, it taught you how to live. And you did not even realize it was happening until one day you looked back and noticed that the person you are now is not the person you were before you started riding. You are calmer. You're sharper. You're more patient, more humble, more present, more comfortable alone, more honest with yourself, and you owe all of it to a machine that never said a single word. If your motorcycle taught you something that was not on this list, drop it in the comments. This list is not finished. It never will be, because the lessons never stop, and neither do we.